There we go. And you can hear me, it's loud enough and everything?
Yep.
Okay, good. So what you can start to do then is you can paint your background. Now, are you doing 2 paintings?
Yep.
Okay, good. So what you can do is we're going to start with the pink background, and any shade pink you've got. If you've got a couple shades of pink, start with the darker pink. We're going to do the whole background in a darker pink first of all.
Okay.
And then when you're finished with that, then we're going to put it aside and we're going to paint the background of the other one.
Okay.
Okay, so let's get started. These are really pretty birds, and I think they're going to look really nice when we get done.
Cute.
I'm actually looking forward to it because I like birds, so it's going to be pretty.
Yeah. Hear that?
So my little lovebird laid an egg.
Did she?
Only 1 egg, and I don't know what to do about it. I've been looking it up and trying to figure out what to do, and I guess just leave her alone right now. I put paper towels in the bottom of the cage so it's so cute. She puts her beak on it and she makes strips. Perfect strips. She goes with her beak up and back, up and back, up. And then she takes her beak and she rips, and it goes into perfect strips, and she sticks them inside her tail.
Uh-huh.
And then she flies up to the little tent, the little nest, and she goes in there. I don't know what she's doing with it. It looks like she puts it in her mouth, because then a little while later, she looks like a chipmunk. Her 2 cheeks are really big. I don't know. This is my first time and I don't have a clue what's going on. And they're supposed to, it says they'll have like lay an egg like 1 every couple days. And usually they have 4 to 9 eggs, but this has been 2 days now and it's still only 1 egg. So I don't know what's going on. Just as long as
never laid one before.
Now, no, well, I just got her and I talked to the lady before and she said no. So I think they're not even a year old. So this will be the first. They don't really know what they're doing. And it said sometimes they lay an egg and it's not fertile. So there's not a baby in there. But we're not allowed to touch it.
Yeah, I understand that.
Yeah, you can take a spoon, they said, and put it on a spoon, but not yet. In a few weeks, and you hold it up to the light.
Oh, okay.
And if you see membrane, then you know there's a baby forming.
Oh.
And if it looks blank, then there's nothing in it. And then it's so terrible. I was reading, it said, well, if they're really young like that, you should just take the egg out, boil it, and then put it back in there. So in other words, kill it, right?
Yeah.
And then let her sit on it for as long as she wants, and then you take it out and throw it away. But I can't do that. I just don't want it to kill her, that's all. But so once you've got total pink, you're not going to put any of the other colors in it right now. It's just going to be that pink background.
Both of them or just one?
When you're ready to go to the other one, are you ready?
No, I'm still mixing paint.
Okay, so just start with your pink, do that, and then your next color, it can be either like for your background of your other picture, it can be a light kind of either a turquoise if you've got it, or like a darker sky blue.
Okay.
Yeah, not dark blue. You don't want real dark blue. But
I have a turquoisey something or other.
Yeah, I have. I'm just going to put I'm going to use kind of a turquoise color right now. Okay. And when you put it on, you can just use a square brush or whatever brush you're comfortable with, or you can use your sponge. We are going to use the sponge to put those other colors in the background because it'll come out nice.
Okay.
So I'm just going to start to do my turquoise background while you're doing that. When you're ready, just move right on to the turquoise background. And I don't know where the other people are. They all said they were coming. So I just really talk to them. I mean, it's not hard getting on this. It's right
Oh,
on the event page.
yeah,
So, I
I
mean,
didn't
how
have
hard
trouble at
is it?
all.
It's very simple to get to it. So I'm putting my turquoise on now. And if you're using a brush, you can just, it doesn't have to go smooth like back and forth and up and down. You can just kind of do little X's, however you want to put it on. This is a really abstract background,
Okay,
so you don't need to see it. Real smooth lines, little X's, little right and left, left and right, up and down. You can put it on different ways. So the background is just, oops, whoa. And you don't want to make it too thick because you want it to dry, so you can,
do you have a dryer here?
oh, okay, good. So now there's traceables. I don't know if you took that stencil or not. I did put it on. Otherwise, they're not hard to draw. Were you able to get the stencil?
Yep. I
Okay.
do. Uh-huh.
Well, this is nice. It's kind of like a private lesson.
Sure
We can
is.
just talk up and back to each other, and
How are you feeling?
good.
Good.
Yeah,
Good to hear.
I'm doing good. I feel good. Not too, once in a while I get that after effect type thing where it feels like I've got it again. For it goes
Oh.
through like a whole series of all the symptoms in one day. So it
Oh.
starts with maybe you feel like you're getting a cold.
Mhm.
Then that goes away in about an hour or so. Then you feel like you're going to cough a little bit. Then you get the bad headache.
Oh,
And it
boy.
just comes in spurts, like first this, then that, then this. It doesn't stay with you, it goes. And then by the next day, it's all gone. So I've had that happen to me a few times now. And that's just, some people get it, some people don't. And then the other problem I've got severely is hair loss. My hair is
Oh.
coming out in hunks. And when I looked it up, it said that that's a side effect after you've had it. A lot of times people will get hair loss,
Mhm.
not during it, but after you're. So, and my husband's losing his hair too.
Oh.
So this is not good. And he can get Rogaine or whatever he said he's going to get. He goes, I'm not going to be bald. And yeah.
My mother lost a tremendous amount of weight, and it was after she lost it that she started losing her hair, and it was stress to the body.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's what probably this is. You know, it was a crazy thing that happened, practically killing a person. So yeah, of course. But it said that I think I read 67% of people who get it, like really get like a severe case of it, end up with hair loss. I'm like, oh man, that's all I need. And especially, you know, when you start to get older, things aren't looking the greatest anyways. You certainly want to be able to have hair on top of everything else. I told Larry I'll just go and buy myself a really, 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 really good wig.
Why
I don't
not?
care how much it costs. So I'm not going to go hairless. But I may have to end up having my hair all cut off like yours.
Yeah.
And I have never, ever, I wasn't even born with short hair. My hair was long when I was born. I had a lot of hair. So I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we'll see. Don't forget to paint around the sides, okay?
Yeah, I did that.
So I have both my backgrounds done. As soon as you're done, we gotta let them dry. But the
Almost.
first one will be almost dry by the time you're done with your second one.
Oh, I'm gonna mute myself when I'm drying it with the dryer, okay?
Of course.
Well, we've canceled our trip to the Maritimes.
Did you?
Yeah, we need,
Be- Because of COVID or?
yeah, you need
Yeah.
permission to get into New Brunswick and PEI and Nova Scotia.
Right.
Oh.
Hang on one second, Sharon.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
So Margaret moved?
She's actually in the process of it right now. Her daughter's here
Uh-huh.
and they're in the process. They took one great big truckload.
Oh,
They didn't know where they were gonna put it, so they're going, I guess they were going around trying to find a
storage.
storage unit. I don't know why that wasn't done ahead of time, but
Glad you found a home for her kitty.
yeah, I was so happy. I couldn't stand the fact of it going to the SPCA. I just couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And when she said she was going to do it, I said, I came upstairs and I was practically crying. I said to Larry, you know, I can't do that. I can't sit back and let them take it there. It's this beautiful cat.
Yeah.
And it's not the cat's fault, right? And it's 6 years old, almost 7. It's like, you can't, they're going to kill it. They're going to euthanize it. You're not going to, you know, very seldom does a cat that age, especially here in Fort Erie, our SPCA is not, they do that kind of thing quickly.
Okay.
So I advertised it and immediately I had so many people.
Good.
And the girl,
well, I've got two rescue kitties that are about 7.5.
right.
And I love them to death. I was almost on my way to your place, but I kept saying, no more animals.
Well,
okay,
you know, the ones that I said to Larry, I go, we'll just have to keep it here. That's all. We'll keep it here. And it can't come upstairs because he's severely allergic to those kind of cats.
Yeah.
So I said, we'll keep it here and I know I'll find a home for it. I know it. Yeah. But we didn't even have to worry about that because as soon as I put the ad on, I had so many people. But the girl who took it, she's done rescues and her dog died not too long ago and she wanted to get another pet. And this is perfect for her. She wasn't ready for a dog, she said. So she's got a baby, a 2-year-old. And I said, I don't know, this cat's not with babies. So I don't want to be responsible, right?
Well, they usually hide. They get out of the baby's way.
But she brought it home and she had it in her bed already, all covered up. And I couldn't believe it. So I think it's going to work out. Anyway, so did you do both the backgrounds?
Yep, I got both of them done, but I gotta dry them.
Okay, so you go ahead and
So
dry.
I'll put you on mute so you don't have to listen to this.
Okay, it doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Am I on mute?
Nope.
Try it again.
You'll see, there you are. Now you are.
Okay, I think I'm done.
Okay, so if you want to take the first one, the pink one, or it doesn't matter which one. They're probably both
Back,
dried
yeah.
at the same time, whichever one is dry, if they dried the best. But
Okay.
what I did, as you can see, I just lined my, now I don't know, what size canvas are you using?
8 by 10.
Okay, so, and you've got your bird cut out according
Yeah.
to the size, right, of your canvas?
Yeah, now I gotta find out where I put it. Just had it in my hand. Oh, there we are.
So you want this bird, it's taking up almost the full picture. I'm going to show you the completed one here. Let's see. So if you see, it's taking up almost the whole picture.
Yeah.
So you want to have it somewhat, the bird is going to be like the entire bird around the middle of the page of the canvas. So you see my bird is right here in the middle. And I made him large enough so the stencil didn't quite come down that far for the wooden piece of wood, but I just brought it down farther, that's all. But you want your bird right about in the center, and the same with the green one, the one with the greenish blue background. I have them a little bit off, and I brought the piece of branch right off to the side of the edge here. And then I also brought the tail right down in drawing it right down to the bottom.
Okay.
And he's right there. And what you can do is, of course, when we're painting, you're going to make it look more like feathers. It's not going to look like just this pencil drawing. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with the pink one. So once you get them both drawn in, then we'll start painting the birds. We'll do the background after we're done with the bird, and we'll do the bird, the branch, the background, and then the flowers. We'll finish off with those little flowers. And this is, you did the parrots, didn't you, with me?
I think so. I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah, so like with those parrots, you know, as long as you've got an idea of where you're putting your colors, they're not going to be the same as mine because they're just kind of splashed on there.
Yeah.
But I will paint along with you so you'll get a chance to see the way I'm doing it, and then you're going to do it your own way. But you're going to want to have like the green in a certain place and the orange in a certain place, but it's not going to be shaped the same as mine. And I think I might even move this a little closer so you can see it better. Okay. So I used a pencil. You didn't have to use a pencil, but I tried to make it dark enough. You could use a Sharpie, you could use a piece of chalk, whatever. Because we're going to paint and it's going to cover most of it anyway. So I'm going to put some additional lines on mine, and then you're going to take a look at it and do the same thing. So this will help you with when we start to paint. So all I really did here now is I added some lines so that I know what I'm working with. I know where his wing is.
Okay. Did that.
You see that? So I did this, so I know where his wing is. I'm gonna try another light. Is that too bright?
Nope.
Okay. So we first do his beak. So you've got his beak like this hooked over here. You just want to put this little half circle there. And then you're gonna, looks like a hairline up here, comes back, curves out and goes like that. And it joins with, you go to the edge of the beak and you make this little half circle.
Okay.
And then that's his head. That's where you're going to be painting different colors in there. And then the shoulder is, you know, just picture, you know, you're looking sideways and you got your shoulder up. Well, the bird's doing the same thing. So you have like the top part of his wing, like we would call the shoulder, and then it scoops out a bit and comes right down and joins the wing that you have in your stencil at the bottom. So it joins it into the wing, and that's all you really need to work with. So when you're painting, you've got everything separated. The rest of it, we'll just put little blotches in there of different colors of paint, and it'll look really pretty.
Okay.
Okay, so if you've got that, and do you have your branch?
Nope. Okay, got the branch in.
Just a little bit.
Okay.
All right, you got that?
Yeah.
So now we can start painting this little beauty. So we want to, I'm trying to think of where we will start. We're going to start with his head because we're going to start from the top and move down. So let's get a couple shades of green. Let's get our paint tray set up. So put a little bit darker green, just a little. You don't need a lot for this, a little dark green. And a little bit of light green if you've got a couple colors of light green, or if you don't, mix yourself some light green. If you don't have those kind of colors, you might want to get a little ketchup bottle or salad dressing bottle or hair dye bottle or whatever, and mix up a lighter green and have it ready for yourself. Or just go buy a light green, whatever you want to do. But I'm putting a few light greens on my tray.
Green here.
Hmm?
I've got a fairly light green here.
Oh, good. Okay. And then let's put some yellow on our tray, a little bit of yellow. But let's just get it all set up so we'll be ready to move when we're ready. And we'll want some orange, a little bit of orange. Where did I put my orange? Okay, and a little turquoise, a little bit of light blue. We're going to have all different shades here. All different colors. And don't put a lot because you don't want to waste. Just enough to work with. Oh, let's see. Got dark blue, I'll put light blue. You have yellow, you're going to probably want a little bit of white. Not much. We won't bother getting the brown out yet. We don't need that until we're going to do the branch. But all these nice colors are going to go in the bird. That's why it's going to be so pretty. And you want a purple and a lilac. So if you don't have lilac, take your purple, mix some white in it. Purple and lilac. And you'll be able to use some of these colors if you have some left on the other painting. So we'll be able to, we're not going to waste anything.
What I'm looking for.
And a little drop of black. This is quite a array of colors here. And white. I think I already told you white. And then we should have all our colors. I don't know if you have a tan color, but
I do.
good, then put that out. A little bit of that tan. I gotta get mine over here. Figures it was the last tube. I was looking through all my tubes and there was it. My poor bedroom, I've got this kitchen in my bedroom where I'm doing all this stuff now. But downstairs is my actual paint room with hundreds and hundreds of tubes of paint. But now up here, it looks like an art studio instead of my bedroom part of it anyway. So this is what I have on my tray, just all these colors, if you look up for a second. And that's how we're going to work. And I want you to use your creativity, and you don't have to follow exactly my stuff. I would say that when we're putting the green on him and the yellow, you might want to follow it. You don't want a real big brush to do this. So I'm just taking an angled brush, this one right here. And if you don't have an angled one, you can use a square one like this. So either one, an angle or a square, but you want something a little bit smaller. And let's start.
This is what I've got.
Yeah, that's good. Can you get that little piece off that's hanging there?
I just got it. This sock.
Yeah, because it might go off onto the off the bird, and you don't want that. So we're going to start with we're going to do some green around his head first. We're going to start with the dark green, and then when it dries a little bit, we'll put some light green on it. So I will start to do this. And where we did that little curve on his head, that's where it's going to be dark green right in there. Come in like that and curve it up. And we're going to bring it down a little bit. So you want your dark green like that. And we're going to paint that. And just bring it down. And you want the ends to be a little bit ragged because it's feathers. So you don't want a straight line coming down there. We're going to put some light green on top of that after. So that's the first spot where we're going to have some dark green. And as long as our brush has got dark green on it, we may as well do some more here. So we want to put some dark green on his feathers. And I'm going to start over here, partway down his feathers. And I'm going to go right down to the tip of this feather. See how I just did that? Right down to the tip with the dark green. And we're going to do some more here. And we're going to, let's make that whole bottom where it comes out with the feathers pointed. We're going to make all of that dark green right now. And we're just going to go up to a certain degree. We're going to leave some of this so we can overlap the other feathers above it into it. Okay, so I think that's good for that dark green. We're going to use it later to put some leaves on, but right now, yeah, that should be okay with the dark green. So now we want to wipe that off a bit, rinse it off, wipe it with your rag. Where did I put my rag? It's the second time I've lost, oh, here it is. So just wipe it off a bit and pick up some light green now. And we're going to bring some light green into where the dark green is. So I'm going to just put some in there.
I want to paint my bathroom. And these are the pictures I want to put in.
Oh, perfect.
Now, when
So
it
you're
gets
just
done,
gonna put a little of the light, like I said, up there, just randomly, and make it look like feathers. Now, down at the bottom where we did these green feathers, we're gonna just put a few streaks of the light green on top of the dark green.
Okay.
Just a little, okay, like that. Are you able to see that well? I hope.
Yep.
Okay. Then we're gonna, once you got that, we're gonna wipe that off, wash that off, and we're gonna dip into the yellow. And remember, if a little bit of the dark green shows or light green shows up, that's okay. His feathers could be overlapping each other a little bit. So I've got a good amount of yellow on my brush. And now we're gonna do around his head, and we're gonna leave some room for some red up there. But we're gonna go right in where we had that. And I got the eye drawn, but I just put it there so I knew where it was going to go. It doesn't have to stay like that. And now this is going to go right back here and down yellow. We're going to put some red in there in a second, or some orange color actually. You're going to probably want to go, I'm going to just go over the eye. It's going to be easier, and then I'll paint the eye after. And we want to go around the beak. So around the beak is going to be yellow. And you can put some yellow feathers in just randomly in here. You're gonna do all different colors. Just the way we're putting a yellow in, that's the way you're gonna put your other colors until it's all filled up. So just throw in some yellow feathers in there. And once you've got that done, so you see, we're just, like I said, throwing in colors, feathers everywhere. Oops. Pulled so hard when I was drying it that I pulled the tip of my brush off. Okay, so now let's get some orange. And let's put some orange at the top of his head here, where we just put some yellow. Let's throw some orange in there. And around where his eye is going to be, we're going to put a little orange in there, like that. And then we're going to put some orange feathers in here next to where we put some yellow. We're just going to pull some orange down. And where his wing is, where I call it his shoulder, we're going to put some orange in there, a good amount of orange up at the shoulder. So we're actually going to go right at the shoulder, curve around, and pull some orange down. Now you're going to rinse that brush again. Just keep using the same brush. I think it's working fine. And we can go to a blue, a lighter blue. And we're gonna go around the shoulder a little bit. So where you left a little space there between the shoulder and the beak, you're gonna go around with some blue like that. See how I did that?
Okay.
Okay. And then you're gonna pull some blue right down a bit. So we're gonna go right up to where we finished the yellow and the green there, or the yellow and the orange. We're gonna pull some in. Like that. And a little bit over on this side, throw some in there too. Bring it right down into the other feathers. Then we're going to want to go to a little bit darker shade of blue, and we're going to bring it down. We're going to leave a space for some tan in there, but we're going to bring some other blue coming down around the wing. And just put some in there in different spots. And you can put a little bit over on the one wing if you want. Throw a little blue in there. And you can get some of your tan or gold, whatever color you've got there. And we're going to put that in between the two blues. And we're going to pull on it so that it looks like feathers.
Okay.
And maybe a little bit over here of this tan color. And then let's wipe that brush off and let's get some purple. And we'll put a little purple up in here. Some purple is going to go also on the wing. You just want to bring it down looking like feathers. And we're going to go over and we're going to get some, well, we need a little bit of red. I didn't get red. We're going to need that anyway, so put some red on your tray. We're going to bring some red in. Let's put some red around the top of this wing. A little bit on his face and his cheek. And a little red feathers up in his face a little bit. I mean, his back of his head, not his face. And we put it on his wing. And let's see, what color do we want to make there? Bring some orange. Just you're going to try to fill in his wing now in a variety of colors. So take your colors now and just start filling in his wing just with some strokes of your hand. Don't worry about trying to make it uniform. Just throw some colors in there. Yellow. And then we're going to make sure that his body is full. I'm just going to take a look for a second. And then take a look at it and fill it in wherever it's not, if you've left any spaces. We're going to want to put a little bit of black on our brush. And a little bit of black actually goes on the wings and then the beak. If I'm going too fast, tell me.
Okay, I think so far.
We're going to go with some black on the upper part of the wing. So, well, the lower part of the wing actually. And we're just going to make some feathers coming down black. Like I just did there, just a few. And maybe a little bit of black up here. And then we want to do his beak. And you're going to want to do his eye, which I would stick the back of a brush in the black paint to do his eye and just push on it. While that's drying, we can do the branch. The branch will be brown or black, whatever color you want there. I'm doing brown. And then we'll do his little claws wrapping around the branch once the branch is dry. So just do your brown and then we'll put some highlights in it. We're going to throw some orange on this brown, on this branch. And maybe a tiny bit of yellow. And you're thinking, that doesn't sound right, but it's very abstract words. It's so pretty. So I'm just doing the branch now. When you bring the branch up, where you're going to get up towards his head,
Mhm.
you can just let it kind of go up as far as you want and curve it a little bit.
Oh, okay.
We're going to put a few flowers on that. And then with a small brush, you want to do his legs and his feet. We're letting that branch dry, and then we'll put some orange and little bits of yellow in it. So his feet, I got to turn it this way for a minute so I can see his feet, and then I'll give it back to you. And I have a little black left on my brush, so I'm just putting a little bit of it in on the branch, just rubbing a little bit of black on the edge of the branch, even as it goes up a little bit.
I don't know, my guy's head looks like a watermelon.
Oh, because the color?
He's
Well, you
different.
could add more color into it.
Yeah.
If it looks too green, you can put yellow, more orange. And then his eye has a white dot in the middle of it also.
Let that eye dry.
And you'll want to take that original brush you were working with. Where did I put my brush? Here it is. And we're just gonna put some, you can use a fan brush, you can use a regular brush, and we're just gonna, I know it sounds crazy, but we're gonna just put some brush strokes, little brush strokes everywhere. And some are gonna kind of overlap each other, and they're gonna be different colors. So we can start with a little bit of white when you're ready. And you're gonna just put some white streaks, paintbrush streaks.
Okay.
Just all over, just randomly in different spots, just press and put a brush stroke in different places. We'll start with the white. And we're just going to put all different colors. So we're putting it in all different areas of the painting, and just move your brush different ways when you're putting it on. And then I'm going to get a different shade of pink, a little bit lighter pink. Put a couple of those streaks on there. And some darker almost like reddish color streaks in different spots. Just take your paint. You can even mix your colors together, your red and your pink, and make a new color and just put some streaks in different spots around where you already did some of the white. We're even going to put a teeny bit of blue in there. In a few spots. And if you want to put a little purple, throw a little purple in there. And we're going to put flowers over there. So I'm going to start to put the flowers. Now the flowers they're very simple. This is where you're gonna want a square brush. And they can be yellow, a light yellow. You can make them a dark yellow. You're just gonna put paint on your brush like this, fill your brush up.
Okay.
And we're gonna put 2 over in the one side. And we're just gonna put like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 petals. So we're just gonna put the brush on and press 1, 2, 3,
Okay.
4. Some more paint on it. We can put some yellow or some white on it after. And there's supposed to be a little one over here too, a little yellow flower. And we'll put a stem with that one. We're going to put some another color inside of it. And then we want, actually we needed another branch over here, up in the one corner, left-hand corner. We need a little branch coming down. And then we can do a flower and we'll put some leaves on it. And we want to put a center in the flower. I'm going to put mine a dark center. And then we're going to put leaves around the flowers and leaves around the tree. Again, with that same sort of brush. And put some on, well, maybe put the leaf up there. I'm just tapping in some leaves. And we're going to put a couple leaves on the bottom, down by where his feet are. And in your leaves, you can put yellow or white to give a little bit of shimmer to it. So, whoops. Let's put some yellow. I'm going to put, oh, maybe I'll put a light, that light green in the middle of my leaves. That would be a good idea. So just what I'm doing here now is just bringing some green into the leaves just to make them look more realistic instead of just blobs of green. So the light green actually looks good inside the dark green leaves. And then just put a little bit of orange on your branches, on your branch. Just take your brush, dip it in the orange, and just bring some orange through it in a few spots. And once you've got that done, then we can start to go work on the other one.
Okay.
You can just let this dry. And just play around with your flowers a little bit, make them look very abstract-y. Okay, so I'm going to put this one over to dry. When you're ready,
Okay.
we'll
This
work
is
on
a-
the other one. So now that you got an idea what to do, it should be much easier for you to blend the colors.
Right.
So we've got our turquoise color. We're going to add some green to it later. You got your bird drawn. Let me do his beak for you. And then his wing. Okay, I think that's all you really need to see. So basically, all you need to do is make sure you know where the wing is. See that? So I just did the shoulder again. It goes in a bit. It's not quite over as far as the other one was. You do a little curve here. You put his beak.
Okay.
Just do a little curve so you know where his eye is going to be. And he has that little cheek. Let me do the circle for the eye so you get an idea. Okay. Can you see that? There we go. So his eye, and then you have a little curve that goes like that, because we're going to put a certain color in there. And then this wing, just put this curve here so you know where you're doing your colors. And it comes down about that far. And you got your feathers down here. This comes, let's see what I'm doing here. This comes like this. And then his tail will come down like that. Trying to see, yeah. Oh, can't see what I'm doing. Sideways. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now I got it. Okay. Make sure I got it right. Yeah. Okay, I think I'm all right. All right. So we are going to start at the top, and we're going to start with a pink, a light pink. So you want to take your pink and you want to add white to it.
Nope.
So you want a fairly light color pink there. And get the brush that you're comfortable with. I'm going to go back to that little angled brush if I can find it. Where did you go? There it is. So I'm going to go back to the angled brush. And I'm going to mix that pink and white together to make a really light pink. And I'm going to leave some of the white so I can see the white there. And we're going to start with the very top of his very top feathers. And it's going to come down his forehead a little bit. And when you bring it out to the feather, you're just going to let it feather. You're not going to try to make a real smooth streak. You want it to look feathered. So that whole little top up there, just that little bit where those feathers come out, is this light pink. And we're going to put some white in that. And a little bit of the darker pink. So we're going to put a little white in there. And touch the tip of your brush to the dark pink and bring a little dark pink at the very top of that tuft on his head. A little bit of dark and a little bit of dark going down the bottom feather there, like so. You can put a little dark in here too. And the next color we're going to go to is going to be this violet color. And we're going to go around where his beak is with this violet, like that. And then we're going to go around where his eye would go with the violet. And then we're going to go around this little place where he's going to have that nice reddish colored cheek. And we're going to bring it down almost to the top of his shoulder, as I call it. Then we're going to take a little dark pink and we're just going to go a little bit behind where you just put the purple, a little bit like that. And then we're going to go into the orange. You're like, wow, these colors, it doesn't sound good, but it looks good.
Yep,
We're
it
going to
does.
finish off the back of his head and come down his wing all the way down. his back with some orange right down to the tail, just like that.
That's orange.
Orange, yeah.
Okay. Did you put black down there?
There's probably some black on my brush a little bit.
Okay.
You know, I don't usually rinse that much because I like when it does that. You might not want that. And I just went right down his back.
Okay.
And then you can dip in the red a little bit, just a little on the tip of your brush. And you want to
these
just,
remind me of Mexican.
yeah, that's what these birds are like. Well, they're tropical,
Yeah.
so they have that look anyway. So now we want to put a little red over here. Like that. We're going to go to some yellow and then some green. So now the yellow, you're going to get a good amount of yellow on your brush, and you're going to go around the wing a bit, and let's see. Oh, well, it's a good thing we're going to put some blobby stuff on here because I just touched my yellow there, but that's okay because we're going to put some yellow and green in there. So whatever. If you saw the way I was painting, you'd laugh. I'm way over here on the side. And the thing is, because this isn't the way I set it up, right? So it's totally different than what I was going to do. Okay, so we want some yellow down in here. And we want some yellow on the other side of his wing a little bit. And also up at the top of this wing, it curves around some yellow.
I'll have to tell my daughter this is not a cardinal.
No, it's not. Although I suppose it could resemble the shape of it, the head, kind of. So now we're going to move into some greens on the wing. So we can start most of this part of the wing is green, but it's going to be a couple of shades of green. So we're going to bring some green in there. I still have some yellow on my brush, so it's turning into a different shade of green, which I probably could never make again if I tried. It's just because that's what's on my brush. And I want to put a little drop of white in there. So what I'm doing now is I'm just randomly putting a few colors, maybe a little more yellow. Then we're going to go up again to his face. And we're we're gonna have a rose color. So if you have some red and some pink, mix it together and make a rose color. You want a nice rose. And that's going to go around his face where the eye is, and so right around there. And probably you want to do some around his wing a little bit. Move it down here. And probably some of that around the outside of his tail. I just want to make sure I'm seeing his tail and not the twig. Okay, so there's the tail. All right. Okay, so now we want some orange. And we want to put quite a bit of orange underneath where we just put this rose color. And what you're doing is you're blending it so it doesn't have to look like a straight line of orange. It's blending in. You're pulling it, your orange in with your pink and whatever other colors are up there. So it doesn't look like a straight line of orange. It's just all blended together. It looks like feathers. Trying to find my other orange color. This one's very good. Try this one. This is a lighter orange. And now you're going to put different colors on his tummy. So we're going to do some orange. And you can put some more orange, like lighter orange, and wherever you just. Whatever you want to do. You want to put some green under his belly area. Just have fun with it. And then his tail is going to be a darker blue, and I don't think we put a dark blue on. I have a purple. I do have a dark purple here, so maybe I'll mix blue and this purple and see what color I come up with. but the tail is kind of a darker color at the bottom.
Okay.
And you should have been putting some pink in the tail too, like I've got there. So now we're going to bring some dark blue in, or purple, to do this nice, beautiful, exotic bird tail. And we're going to bring it right at hotel. And then we're going to bring some other colors in. And the tail also has some white in it. And put whatever color you want. My green cheek conure, he has all different colors on his tail.
Does he?
Yeah, it's really pretty. He's actually really enjoying these lovebirds.
Company?
He's liking the lovebirds. He's like watching them from his cage,
Uh-huh.
because usually he's alone, right? And
Maybe
he's
some
watching
company?
them, and he's kind of copying some of the things they're doing.
Oh,
Yeah, he's having fun. I gotta turn this for a minute so I can see what I'm doing here. Ah, green. I need more green. Maybe this green. So now I'm just kind of going crazy with mine. So I figured you got your colors already. So I'm just adding some crazy things to it.
I like the first one. The second one, well,
And then we have to make sure we do the eye. We have to do the beak. That's all black, remember? And we have to do this, the branch. So you do your eye. You want it to look different. You don't want it to, you want it to have a different look to it. That's what makes it unique.
good enough.
Because I think I told you guys one time when I was in a paint battle,
Uh-huh.
I did this elephant. Oh, I think I did tell you. And I put the tusk in the wrong place.
Okay.
Well, you know, you're in a hurry with a paint battle. You only got 20 minutes to do everything. And I just, it didn't go where it was supposed to go. And
Mhm.
this one girl was like in love with it. She bought it. Like they had it up on
Oh.
auction,
Mhm.
and she couldn't wait to get it in her house. And I know somebody who knows her, and she was like showing it off. And I even said to her, you know, if you'd prefer, I can do another one for you. She goes, no, I love it like that. Okay. She was happy with it, so I was happy.
Good.
So I did his beak and his eye, and then now we have to paint the brown branch. We're running a little bit later, but no, we're not. 7 to 9. What am I talking about? We're good. We're good. So you want your branch to go right off the edge, and then you go around the edge with it, okay?
Yep.
And these also have flowers on them. These flowers are pink and white. I think there's a couple of orange ones too. And you want to put some orange in with your branch. Just blend some orange in it. Your background has mostly like some light green strokes in it, and you really could use a sponge. I think would look good with this background here.
Okay.
If you have your sponge, I got mine here someplace. I had one. So you can just take a little bit of light green. I got this sea foam. I'm going to see how that looks, and I'm just going to sponge a little bit of it in there.
Okay, now his face looks like a fish.
So then we are to do some flowers. And his feet, don't forget, we got to do his feet. The feet are the hardest, I think. You know, all this other stuff is easier, and then we got these feet. You got these claws that you got to try to make look like claws.
Did I pay you the last time, Debbie?
I think so.
Okay. Just want to make sure.
Yeah, it's okay. I'm not really that worried about it. Some people ask, so that I always say it's okay, you know, if they want to. Once I don't even know if I'm going to start doing them in person or not. I don't know.
With the way COVID's going.
I know. I'm nervous about doing that. I have to. I'm really nervous about this weekend because Thursday my husband's friend's getting married and we're supposed to go to his wedding, and then I have a wedding on the weekend and a rehearsal. And you know, I'm really kind of paranoid because that's where I got sick, was a wedding. And I know that that's not, you know, that's not going to happen always, but it still makes me nervous. I can't help it.
Yep.
When you're that sick, what I'm doing right now, Sharon, is I'm just going through it now with even with my fan brush and just putting some colors in places where I think they should be. And
Okay.
I know you like to do stuff like that too. I think you'd be good at it. So just throw in some colors in different spots. Because it's this kind of bird, this abstract, and we can do that. So we need a little drop of white on his beak. Little teeny drop. At the top of the beak, just to highlight it. And then we just basically have to put our flowers, whatever kind of flower you want to put on, and some leaves. I'm just putting some flowers now, and then I'm going to put a few leaves in there. We need to have I put my flowers down low, so I need to have a branch coming off. Up in the left-hand corner, if you're going to put some flowers, you also have to put a branch. And then throw in some leaves.
I got a date tomorrow.
You have to do what?
I have a date.
Mm.
Blind, well, it's not a blind date. I met him last week.
So how's it coming?
A weird looking bird, but it's coming.
Well, you know, you can play with it afterwards.
Yep. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. You know, add some highlights, put some darker green, put some, you know, different things you can do with it. Yellow, whatever.
Yeah.
Outline the flowers. There's all kinds of things you can do. Make, I don't know.
Does your bird let you sleep in the morning?
Yeah. They always like to sing and they're, but they don't make noise until we get up, so that's good.
Oh, that's good.
Like I thought for sure they'd be really noisy, but they're not. Once we're up, they make noise.
Yeah.
Something on my canvas here.
I was at Walmart for the first time,
Yeah,
COVID yesterday.
really?
I bought canvases there, and they're not as they're not as nice as the ones at the dollar store.
Really?
They're quite loose.
Yeah, I know. I thought I had other canvases downstairs, and then tonight I went down and I had one blank one, but I have a ton of them that I have to paint over. Plus Margaret gave me a lot of her paintings. She doesn't want to take them. And so, you know, she gave them to me to paint over. So I got a whole box full of paint canvases to paint over. And then I'll have lots again.
Did she move out of town?
No, Niagara Falls, but she really doesn't know where she's I mean, they're taking her into this little tiny house that they live in, but
Oh,
you know, it's not, they're supposed to be looking for a house. Hopefully she's going to be okay, but she's a big girl, right?
that's right.
I'm so used to being a caregiver. I don't know. I'm sure she'll be fine.
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, well, I should stop playing with it. I'm going to wreck it if I keep playing with it. I keep playing with it, it's not going to look stupid. So I have to let it, now it looks nice. And you can get carried away sometimes and do too much.
Yeah.
So I don't want to do that. But I was actually looking forward to doing this one.
Oh, it's a fun one.
It's really pretty. And I had some like this obviously before, but I don't know. They might even be downstairs and with all my millions of paintings. Sometimes I go through my paintings, I'm like, oh, I don't remember doing that. When did I do that? I want to have a an auction And I'll put some of my paintings in with it too. It's gonna be like to earn money for the children that, in the other countries that I do. And for here too, because we do a homelessness initiative now
Mhm.
in Niagara area, Niagara Peninsula. And so I thought, well, if I did an auction, like one lady gave me a pretty purse to auction and somebody else has got something else. So I just thought, well, if I can do that. And some people don't even have to give me this stuff. They can keep it. And then if somebody buys it, they'll have to pick it up, right? Or get it shipped, pay to ship it or whatever they're gonna do. So I'm hoping I can sell some of my paintings.
That'd be fantastic.
I used to not have a problem with selling them, but I haven't been to the art gallery and done any of that lately.
Mhm.
So September 14th is when the next class will be,
Okay,
like every 2 weeks.
by the sounds of things, I'm gonna be here.
Yeah. And I'm glad that it turned out that I could at least, I don't know why it wasn't showing up properly when we first came on, but that's okay. I worked it out. Right? So each one of these is unique. They'll never be the same. Like
Very true.
the shape of the bird is the same. Maybe. But then the rest of it is always different whenever you do it. But they look pretty. They'll look nice with those parrots that I did.
Mhm.
Don't forget to do some blobby stuff around the background.
Yeah.
I just took a sponge and used that seafoam green, and it actually looks almost like clouds. See if you look, see,
Yeah,
kind of
Yeah.
looks like clouds, but it was just, my other sponge, because I moved everything around, I just found it now, but it was in the back.
isn't that
So I
always the
had
way?
this little makeup sponge and I used that and it did a different thing than the other one. It's all right. So did you see the last couple dolls that I did? Did I show? Did you see that big toddler boy doll?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
Yeah. I want to show you this other one while right before we get off. I'm gonna go get it. So cute. This little one looks like my granddaughter, Olive.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
Isn't
Oh, my goodness.
that cute? Yeah, she
Adorable.
kind of resembles Olive.
Walk into a room, that would scare you or tilt you.
So how's it coming?
It's coming. My battery's gonna be dead.
Yeah. Okay, well, it's 9, so
send
you're
you-
okay to finish it off then?
Yep. I'm
Okay,
just gonna sit here and play.
all right.
Hope I
So
don't
send me
play too much.
pictures, okay, so I can see
I
them?
will. I will
Okay,
do that.
hon. God bless you. I'll see you in a couple weeks, okay?
Take care.
Take care, you too.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.